Hey guys, I forgot it was Monday. My kids are home because they have a teacher or a student holiday, and I didn't set my alarms. I didn't get up with them, and I just kind of forgot it was Monday. And the last 30 minutes have been super busy, even though I forgot. um, I had a phone call with my school mentor because I'm in college, and I had to set up new classes and just check in with her because we do it at weekly or bi-weekly check-in. And then before that, my kids woke me up by screaming through the house as to who was getting what donut that was left over from yesterday. And they have continued to scream in the house ever since and running back and forth, and it's been insane while I was trying to sit back here in my room and do my Bible time and my prayer time, and it's been a hectic 30 minutes or so, but so here I am. It's gonna be a late video, but it'll still be Monday. So welcome back to Messy Momma Monday. This is what it's about. It is messy, it's definitely a Monday, and it is all over the place. But if you didn't know, I write blogs. I have a blog on WordPress. I usually share at the end of these videos. There's a little blob that pops up and you can click on it to go to my blog. And it's raw and real just like these, and it's about our life, birth stories, things like that. Some of them are sweet notes to my husband. But today I wanted to make this video on a blog post I made last week, and it's about seasons and the change of seasons that women, moms, people, humans in general, like if men go through it too, seasonal changes. Like everything in your life is for a season and it changes. And right now I am in a very hard transitional stage from one season to the other. And that's what I wrote my blog post on, and that's what I wanted to kind of share here today. For the last 10 years, I have been a mom, a stay-at-home mom. I stayed home since I was pregnant with my first child at 19 years old with my husband. He was going to work and I was staying home, and I didn't get a job until the end of 2020, and I haven't worked since August of or May of 2022. So I only had a job for a little less than 2 years. It was almost 2 years. And it was actually really hard for me because when I took that job, I love my job, but my son was 1 or 1.5, and he had to go into the daycare that was at my campus, which was awesome, but he had to go to daycare for 2 years, and that was totally new to me. None of my kids had gone daycare. I stayed home with him during that time. And so this year was nice for me to get to stay home with him for his last year. He will be 4 in April, and then he'll go to pre-K at the kids' school in August. So this was nice to have this last year with him, but I definitely missed the other 2 years I could have had with him at home, because I love that. I love being home with my kids and raising them. It's not easy. It's definitely a really hard season in life when you are at home pregnant, having little newborns, having toddlers, having 5-year-olds and under, and it's really, really hard season. But it's not a season I was ready to end. It's not, I don't know anything beyond that. Because I had my first child, and then 2 years later I had another one. 2 years later I had the third. 2 years later I had the fourth. And so by our track record about the 2-year thing, I should have a almost 2-year-old, 1.5 to almost 2-year-old, and I should be pregnant with our 6th. And when I think about that, I think, wow, I really wish that was true. I really wish that was true. I really wish I had a 1.5 or a 2-year-old and I was pregnant with another one. Yeah, that would give us 6 children, and I know that sounds ludicrous to people to think that I would want more than 4 children, because some people don't even know how I do it with 4, but I do it, and I love it, but 2 years ago, just a couple days ago, 2 years exactly, I had to have surgery so I could not have children. I had a hysterectomy. And it was a medically necessary procedure. It was have the total hysterectomy. He took fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix. All I have are my 2 ovaries. There's literally nothing there to have a child. So he took all of that, and it was either have that surgery or continue to let cervical cancer cells grow on my cervix. So we had to have the surgery. So, and that's still really hard for me because it put me in a position where the season of childbearing was made for me. It was made to end before I was ready. And so, and it's always been something that I wanted to choose when I was ready. And that got taken from me, and I'm not able to choose when I'm done having children, because I believe that I would be, like I said, I would have that 1.5 or 2-year-old right now, and I would be pregnant with another one. I fully believe that that's how me and my husband would have done things, and I would love every minute of it. Kids are hard, kids are messy, kids are loud. The season of raising small children is hard, but it's what I love. And it's so this transition from my youngest being almost 4 and going to pre-K in the fall, I have no babies at home. Don't really have any toddlers. I don't count 4-year-olds as toddlers. They're pre-Kers. Everyone's potty trained and have been for the last year. Everyone eats real food and can get those things on their own. And it's just really hard because they don't need me as much. Yes, they still need me, but it's not like I'm not caring for a baby. I'm not having to do something all day, every day, so it gets a little boring. And it's kind of hard. It's really hard, actually. But that's what happens in life. We go through seasons of different seasons all the time. It's constantly changing. You don't stay in that season forever. And so my season of caring for small children and being pregnant is over. There's no more. So I'm transitioning into the stage of caring for older kids. My oldest is 10. She'll be 11 in July. Then we have a son that just turned 8 in November. And my 5-year-old will be 6 in April. And our 3-year-old will be 4 in April. Their birthdays are 2 days apart. They're 2 days shy of being 2 years exactly apart, the younger two. And they will all be in school in the fall. So I'm going to be sitting here not knowing what to do with myself without any kids. I'll probably end up, if I don't have a job, I'll probably end up volunteering at the kids' school to sub, because working in the school system is what I know, and I love it. And that's what I'm going to school for anyway, is general education, a special education teacher. So I'll probably end up subbing, but we live in a small district, so that won't be like an everyday thing, which is nice to have some time off. But then the days that I'm home, it's like, well, what do I do? I could probably clean the house in about 10 minutes without any kids here, and then do school, and then what? Scroll on Facebook, I guess. But that's what I wanted to talk about, is that seasons change, and it can be hard. And the only way, like, God designed it that way for us, to have seasons in life where we're not in a certain place for an eternity. We just go through different seasons, and it changes, just like the seasons outside change. Our seasons in life change, and they change for a reason, and God always has a plan for it. So we have to trust God and His plan and in this journey of season changing. And He has been beside me the entire time, guiding me and walking me through and giving me peace. And helping me see that change isn't always bad. Change is usually good. We always make it bad because we see the things that we miss and that we want to keep onto. And we can still keep those things as memories, but move on into the next season with grace. And I can only do that with God's help and God's guidance. And that's what I have to pray for on a daily basis now, because these are uncharted waters. I've never been in this season before. I've never had to deal with this. It's completely new. And so I am fully relying on God to guide me through this season, because I don't know what I'm doing without a baby attached to my hip. That's just how life has been for 10 years. And it has been a wonderful 10 years, and I'm definitely going to miss it. And I will probably always want to have little babies around and care for little children. But that cannot happen for an eternity. And that season is ending, and we are gonna go into this next season of school-age children and embrace it and make the best of it, because that's what God wants me to do. Who knows? God may have something in store for me while they're at school. I don't know what that would be. I don't know what it is, but it could be exciting, and we will just have to wait and find out what that is. So just keep in mind that seasons change and they're not over there forever. And if you're an overwhelmed mama with little bitty babies at home, just remember that it doesn't last forever. And yes, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to tell you it's easy, because it's not. It's going to be hard. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be heck on your emotions and your body, and you're not going to like parts of it. But in the end, it'll be all worth it, and you will definitely miss it. So hang on if you are one of those stressed mamas of little babies, because in just a little bit, your season will change and you will have the school-age kids, and then our seasons will change again and we'll have the teenagers, and it'll be crazy all over again. So just hang in there, and I'm praying for you, I'm praying for me, and we will get through this together with Jesus by our side. Thank you.